Adesua and Chimezie had always known that their love story would be a very challenging one. They met during their university days. Adesua, a proud Yoruba woman, was drawn to Chimezie's Igbo charm and ambition. Their love blossomed, but the shadows of their families loomed large. Chimezie's mother, Mama Nkechi, had always envisioned a different future for her son. She had dreams of him marrying an Igbo woman, someone who would understand their customs and tradition. When Chimezie announced his intention to marry Adesua, Mama Nkechi's reaction was surprising. She was against the union, citing the importance of cultural heritage and the dangers of marrying outside their tribe. But Chimezie stood firm. He assured Adesua that they would face the world together, no matter the obstacle. After a beautiful wedding ceremony that blended both Yoruba and Igbo culture, Adesua and Chimezie moved into the family house. They were making plans to move out of the country soon, so they decided to save money by living with Chimezie's family for a short while. Adesua hoped that living together would help bridge the gap between her and Mama Nkechi, but she was unprepared for the storm that awaited her. From the moment they stepped into the house, Mama Nkechi told her, "I don't like you for my son." She would often make bad remarks about Adesua's cooking, comparing it to traditional Igbo dishes. "You should learn how to make jollof rice the right way," she would say. Adesua tried to brush it off, reminding herself that she was in a new environment and that it would take time to adjust. Despite her efforts to win Mama Nkechi's affection, the older woman's hostility only intensified. Adesua would wake up early in the morning to prepare breakfast, hoping to impress her mother-in-law. But Mama Nkechi would often criticize her efforts, saying, "A good wife knows how to please her husband's family." Adesua felt the weight of those words, and each day her heart grew heavier. Chimezie's siblings, however, were a different story. They adored Adesua and often defended her against their mother's harsh words. "Mama, you are being too hard on her," Chimezie's sister would say. "Adesua is trying her best." But Mama Nkechi would dismiss their concerns, insisting that Adesua was not fit to be part of their family. As days went by, Adesua found herself increasingly isolated. Mama Nkechi would often make plans with her children, excluding Adesua from family gatherings. She would invite friends over, showcasing her perfect family, while Adesua was left to clean up after them. The loneliness was suffocating, and Adesua often found herself in tears, questioning her place in the family. Chimezie, noticing the toll it was taking on his wife, tried to intervene. "Mama, you need to give Adesua a chance. She's my wife and I love her," he would plead. But Mama Nkechi would only scoff, "Love is not enough, my son. She will never understand our ways." Adesua, determined not to let the situation break her spirit, continued to reach out to Mama Nkechi. She would bring her small gifts like traditional fabrics or homemade snacks, hoping to soften her heart. But each gesture was met with indifference or outright rejection. "You think you can buy my love?" Mama Nkechi would say, her eyes cold. So one evening, after a particularly harsh confrontation, Adesua sat on the couch, tears streaming down her face. Chimezie found her there and his heart broke at the sight. "Why did you let her get to you?" he asked gently, wrapping his arms around her. "You are stronger than this." "I just want to be accepted," Adesua replied, her voice trembling. "I want to be part of this family." Chimezie kissed her forehead, his heart heavy with the burden of his mother's hatred. "You are part of this family, Adesua. I love you and that is what matters." But as weeks passed, Mama Nkechi's hostility only grew. She would often make comments about how Adesua was not fit to raise her grandchildren. should they ever have any. A child needs a mother who knows her roots, she would say. Adesua felt as if she were fighting a losing battle, and the weight of her mother-in-law's hatred was becoming unbearable. One day, after a particular harsh argument between Adesua and Mama Nkechi, Adesua decided she could no longer endure the torment. She sat down with Chimezie, her heart heavy with sorrow. "I can't keep living like this," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. "I feel like I'm constantly walking on eggshells and it's tearing me apart." Chimezie looked at her, his expression a mix of concern and determination. "We'll find a way through this, I promise. You deserve to be happy, and I won't let my mother's bitterness ruin our marriage." Adesua nodded, but doubt lingered in her heart. She had tried so hard to win Mama Nkechi's approval, yet nothing seemed to work. The thought of leaving the family's house crossed her mind, but they had made plans to move out of the country soon, and she didn't want to give up on her marriage or her dreams. So one evening, during dinner, Mama Nkechi made a particular hurtful remark about Adesua's background, saying, "You will never be able to teach our children the right values. You are too different." Chimezie's anger fled. "Enough, Mama. You need to stop this. Adesua is my wife and she deserves your respect." Mama Nkechi's eyes narrowed. "Respect is earned, not given. She will never earn it in my eyes." Adesua, feeling the weight of the confrontation, excused herself from the table. She retreated to the bedroom, tears streaming down her face. Chimezie followed her, wrapping his arms around her. "I'm so sorry, Adesua. I wish things were different. I just wanted to be part of your family," she cried, "but it feels like I'm fighting a losing battle." Chimezie took a deep breath, his heart aching for his wife. "We'll figure this out together. I won't let her drive a wedge between us." Weeks passed. Chimezie began to take a stand against his mother's behavior. He would confront her after each hurtful comment, insisting that Adesua was deserving of love and respect. Mama Nkechi, however, remained unyielding, her heart hardened by years of tradition and expectation. Adesua, feeling the strain of the situation, decided to focus on her own happiness. She began to explore her interests, joining a local community group where she met other women from diverse backgrounds. They shared their stories and Adesua found comfort in them. She learned to embrace her identity, blending her Yoruba roots with her new life. So one day, while attending a cultural festival with her new friends, Adesua felt a sense of belonging that was absent in her husband's home. She realized that she didn't need to change who she was to be accepted. She could honor her heritage while also embracing her new life. When she returned home that evening, she found Chimezie waiting for her. "You look different," he said, a smile breaking across his face. "You seem happier now." "I am," Adesua replied, her eyes sparkling. "I've realized that I can be proud of who I am without needing anyone's approval." Chimezie beamed with pride. "That's the spirit. I love you for who you are and I want you to be happy." As the months went by, Mama Nkechi's hatred began to lessen slowly. She noticed the change in Adesua, the way she carried herself with confidence and grace. It was hard for her to ignore the bond that was forming between Chimezie and Adesua, and she found herself questioning her own beliefs. One evening, as they sat together in the living room, Mama Nkechi surprised everyone by asking Adesua about her culture. "Tell me about your traditions," she said, her tone softer than usual. Adesua, taken aback, smiled. "I'd love to share. There's so much beauty in our customs." As they talked, a bridge began to form between them. Mama Nkechi listened intently, and for the very first time, Adesua felt hopeful. Perhaps, just perhaps, there was a way to mend the rift between them. It was not an easy journey, but Adesua's resilience and Chimezie's unwavering support began to change the dynamics of their family. Mama Nkechi slowly started to accept Adesua, realizing that love transcended cultural boundaries. The couple's determination to build a life together, rooted in mutual respect and understanding, began to manifest. Adesua and Chimezie learned that love was not just about overcoming obstacles. It was about embracing each other's differences and finding strength in unity. Mama Nkechi, though still cautious, started to engage more with Adesua. She would occasionally ask for her help in the kitchen, and Adesua seized this moment to bond with her. One day, while preparing a meal together, Mama Nkechi surprised Adesua by sharing stories from her own youth, tales of love and sacrifice that resonated deeply with Adesua. "You know, when I was young, I faced my own challenges," Mama Nkechi admitted, her voice softer than usual. "I had to fight for my place in this family too." Adesua listened, realizing that beneath the hardened exterior, there was a woman who had once faced her own battles. "I understand, Mama. I just want to be part of this family and share in our traditions," Adesua replied, her heart swelling with hope. As time went by, Mama Nkechi began to attend community events with Adesua, where they celebrated both Yoruba and Igbo cultures. The more they participated together, the more Mama Nkechi saw the beauty in their differences. Chimezie watched with pride as his wife and mother slowly built a relationship. He often found them laughing together, sharing stories, and even planning family gatherings that honored both cultures. The tension that once filled the house began to disappear, replaced by a sense of unity and understanding. One evening, as they gathered for dinner, Mama Nkechi stood up to make a toast. "To family," she began, her voice steady. "To love that knows no boundaries. Adesua, you have shown me the strength of your spirit, and I'm grateful to have you as my daughter-in-law." Adesua's eye widened in disbelief, and she felt tears prick at the corners of her eyes. "Thank you, Mama. That means the world to me," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. Chimezie beamed with joy, knowing that their journey had not been in vain. The love that had once seemed impossible was now blossoming in ways he had only dreamed of. As they continued to navigate their lives together, Adesua and Chimezie made plans for their future abroad. Excited about the opportunities that awaited them, they knew that their experiences had only strengthened their bond, and they were ready to face the world together, hand in hand. So in the end, Adesua realized that love was not just about overcoming obstacles. It was about embracing each other's differences and finding strength in unity. Together, they forged a new path, one that honored both their heritage while creating a beautiful future together. Now we have come to the end of another beautiful story. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye for now.